Day 2 of Browns rookie minicamp is in the books. This is the last day that we are going to be out here. The Browns will have a practice on Sunday morning, and then they'll kind of look at some of these players that were here and make some decisions on them. Let's get to what Freddie Kitchens had to say after practice today, though, Mary Kay. Again, tempering expectations has been the theme. Yesterday, he talked about Greedy Williams, and how he had a conversation with him about his Super Bowl prediction. Today, Freddie Kitchens, again, tempered the expectations for his football team.
Well, it started out with a question about Myles Garrett mentioning that Greg Williams limited him to only 2 pass rush moves last year. And Freddie kind of launched into a thing about last year was in the past, we're moving forward, we don't care what happened in the past. Again, like you said, tempering Super Bowl expectations, talking about how the Browns only went 7-8-1 last year. And I think it was just sort of a way for him to get off of his chest that he doesn't want to talk about last year anymore. And he really wants to move forward and build their own legacy from here on out.
Yeah, the G-rated version of what he said is, we haven't done anything yet. Right. Of course, he used a more colorful word and then apologized later. But it's clearly been a point of emphasis with all the talk on social media from some of his players. And again, Greedy Williams kind of took it to another level when he made the prediction the night he was drafted. Let's pump the brakes a little bit. It's only the spring. Well,
and Freddie told us yesterday that he, had to have a little talk with Greedy about that too. So not only is he trying to temper that amongst fans and everybody else, but his own players. He doesn't want anybody making those kind of predictions right now.
Now, speaking of Greedy Williams, the second-round pick in his second practice looked better today than he did in the first day. Of course, there were those clips that went around social media of him getting beat on a couple of deep passes. Today, though, he made an interception. He also made a play on an out route. He did get beat on another route later in the day, but all in all, a better day for Greedy Williams.
Yeah, you just want to see a guy making some plays. You want to see pass breakup, again, having the interception in the one-on-one drills. It's what you want to see. That you want to have them flash in a practice like this, especially because they're up against other rookies and young players.
Yeah, and those one-on-one drills can be tough too, especially for a young guy. One thing that Freddie Kitchens did say is that his draft picks passed the eyeball test. And of course, it's really difficult sometimes to judge these guys in this setting because the level of competition isn't what they're going to be facing even in a couple weeks when OTAs get going. So Freddie Kitchens said his guys, at least based on what he can see, passed the eyeball test.
Yeah, well, this came from a tweet that a former Packers executive, Andrew Brandt, put out there talking about John Dorsey and saying that he once came off of a rookie minicamp practice saying that they screwed up on a 5th-round pick and he can't play. And he knew this after, a couple of practices. Yeah. So we asked Freddie about that today, and he said basically that his guys did pass the eyeball test. None of them are going home, and it was about as expected.
All right, so that'll do it for us from Browns Rookie Minicamp. We will have full coverage of everything that happened this weekend, all at cleveland.com/Browns.